Mark Fosterling win by a fall against Brian Mills in the first period, and now Tom Dickman of Stoughton improves his record to 31-0 on the season, beating Troy Doman, as we just saw moments ago. And we had an injury to Gary Johnston on mat 3 in the Class B championship at 105 pounds, but he's in against John Burns right now. They're just winding up the second period, and Randy, you want to pick up the action with Rick in that match?
Well, we take it into the final 10 seconds. It was a scoreless match up to this point, and now we've just had the first point of the match awarded between Gary Johnston of New Richmond and John Burns of Cadott in this Class B championship. And it is Burns getting the 1 point, the first point of the match. So now he is trying to protect that 1 point lead. He is in the light jersey in the up position with 10 seconds to go in the match.
He's excellent on top. Burns is excellent rider. He's trying to work a near side cradle there. Johnston's an experienced wrestler. He's going to be hard to tip on top. It may not be a real high scoring match. Right?
And John Burns wins at 1-0 in another undefeated wrestler, capturing a state championship. I'm sorry, we were just finishing up the second period there as we swung our attention to mat 3 as mats 1 and 2 wrapped up, as we did have an injury stoppage of play here that delayed the match somewhat. And you see the two officials involved here, John Ader, who is kneeling.
We're going to have a very tight match here, Randy. Neither one of these wrestlers have scored a point against the other one yet. The only point out there was given by the official. We're going to get a chance to see what Burns can do from underneath now. He's got to his feet. He's very explosive. He's trying for hand control now. He's out. Well, nice recovery there by Johnston. They're worried about that knee. They stopped it as potentially dangerous. Good call by the official. I'm willing to bet that Burns will escape. He looks very, very explosive from underneath. He has good hand control when he comes up. I think he's going to be very hard to ride. He hit a switch. He may reverse him. Yes, he's got his 2 right there.
There's the reversal and a 3-0 lead now for Burns after the match went nearly 2 periods without any points scored. And now Burns trying to work and get those back points, turn his opponent over. At 105 pounds in the Class B championship, Burns from Cadott, the Clover Belt Conference, coming in 29-0. He defeated John Ross of Peshtigo by a decision in his semifinal match. It was Johnston defeating Alan Wall of Wrightstown 11-4.
Burns is looking very good on top. He's looking very confident right now. He's working hard. He's staying back. He's not making any mistakes, but he is digging out an arm bar. I don't think he's in any danger of being warned for stalling. He seems to be in complete control at this time.
And you see official Ken Wagner of Reedsburg award another point here. It's a 4-0 lead for Burns, who is trying for his second state championship. The young man from Cadott, 18-year-old senior, wrestling against a 17-year-old junior in Gary Johnston, who was injured slightly in that first period. And now with 1:07 to go, we are certainly getting an opportunity to follow the action on mats 2 and 3 in this year of our expanded coverage, Rick Lobinger. And well, again, we'll mention that Wisconsin Rapids Stoughton in contention for the Class A team championship, Mineral Point and Reedsburg in control in Classes B and in Class C. 50 seconds to go in period 3 in the 105B championship with John Burns of Cadott in control.
Burns is completely dominating the match. I hope we don't see any more stalling points by the official. I feel that Johnston is giving it his best, but Burns just seems to be able to have things in total control right now. I don't feel that the wrestler underneath should be penalized for stalling. I don't think he is stalling. I think that both boys are giving it their best shot. It looks like Burns may be able to tip him. Can he dig an armbar out? Here we have another stalling point, Randy. It's judgment by the official, but you have to decide whether or not the boy's giving his best effort. There are times when you're just wrestling someone that's better than you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Once again, it's a judgment call.
22 seconds to go in the match, as Burns looking for an undefeated season, coming in 29-0 for Coach Dale Thorson of the Clover Belt Conference Cadott Hornets. And now some difficulty with Gary Johnston and his knee again as the match is stopped with 22 seconds to go. Gary Johnston of New Richmond coming in at 20-5 for Coach Bob Olson of the Middle Border Conference New Richmond Tigers.
Burns is undefeated on the season at 29-0, and when you can dominate like that, I think the official should perhaps mention to Burns that, hey, tip him if you're that much better, tip him, rather than saying to the wrestler underneath who is having a difficult time, but come on, let's see something out of you. I think Burns is in total control. He's got a half from the opposite side going right now. The match is going to end 6-0.
And this one belongs to John Burns of Cadott, a 6-0 winner in our Class B 105-pound championship, defeating Gary Johnston in control all the way. Exciting three-mat coverage, Marshall.
Back at the University of Wisconsin Fieldhouse, we're all set for the awards for 105 pounds.
Coming up with the awards for Class C 105 pounds. Runner-up.
The runner-up, Brian Mills of Iowa Grant. And the champion in Class C, Mark Fosterling of Ithaca. That is the match that you saw here, and you saw Fosterling get the pin. The runner-up in Class B, Gary Johnston of New Richmond, and the champion, John Burns of Cadott. And the Class A runner-up, Troy Doman of La Crosse Central. And the champion of Class A, Tom Dickman of Stoughton.
They're working on the other one.
Dickman winds up the season with a perfect 31-0 record. There's a good look at all three of the champions and runner-ups in the 105-pound competition.